Hey everyone, this is James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems and BikeJames.com, and I'm here today with my lovely assistant and wife, Kiele. Kiele just got a new bike yesterday, and one of the first things that we had to do was, or we need to do, is address the handlebar width. Her bike came with a pretty standard width for handlebars today, which is 30 inches. I forget what the heck that is in millimeter speak. But about a 760 millimeter handlebar. And I'm a big believer that most people's handlebars are way too wide. And having your hands out too wide affects your movement and stability in a lot of negative ways. And so what I wanted to do is do a case study and show you how it actually affects how you move on the bike and how you can determine the correct handlebar width for you. So, Kiele, are you ready? Ready, okay. So what I'm gonna have Kiele do is get into her attack position. And I'm going to have her go through her full range of motion with the attack position. All the way up, all the way down. Yep, and we're just going to have her run through that a few times. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure her effective range of motion. So go all the way up there, cool. So starting about the chin. So she's going to come down and right about here, right about like 17, 18 inches down is where she stops coming down. Now the reason is she can come down deeper, so go ahead and come down deeper. But you can see as she does that, she loses her ability to keep her shoulders packed. Her shoulder blades flare up, her shoulders round forward, her elbows really flare out. How does this feel on you?
It's tight in the neck and shoulders, and I can feel pressure in my front of my shoulders.
Okay, so go back to where it's comfortable. Yeah. Okay, so here again, you can see how her shoulders are staying in a good, strong position. Her elbows are staying in a good, strong position, and she's keeping the tension out of her neck and her shoulders and keeping it in her upper back where we want it. Now, to come any further, she has to compromise that, and this is directly related to her hand position. So she has about an effective range of motion of about 17, 18 inches with this hand position. So what we're going to do is pause here for a second, and we're going to get her set up on the ground. I'm going to show you again how this affects her movement and how we're going to find the right handlebar width for her. All right, so we're back to show you how your hand position affects your strength and stability, on your bike. And so what we're going to use is a push-up, because again, the basic range of the basic movement you're using to go through that full range of motion is your push-up position. So what I'm going to have Kiele do is get set with her hands at that 760 millimeter or 30 inch wide mark. And so, yep, out to here. You can narrow it in just a little bit. There you go, cool. So now her hands are about at that same width as her handlebars, right? So I'm gonna have you do a couple push-ups through a comfortable range of motion here. Don't go down to where you start to feel pain and discomfort. And again, you see she has a tough time. She can't get all the way down to the ground. If she comes all the way down, so go ahead and come down and then just relax. I don't want you to hold it. Come all the way down. Yeah, you can see how the shoulders round up. The elbows flare out really wide. She starts to feel the tension in the neck and the front of the shoulders. We don't want that. This is a bad position for you to be doing push-ups in. If you were in the gym and we were doing push-ups, I would not let you use this hand position. This is a bad hand position for push-ups. So go ahead and come back up. And what I want you to do is put your hands where you feel comfortable doing push-ups, where it feels like your strongest, most stable position. And do a couple push-ups. You see full range of motion. You can see how our shoulders are staying where they need to be. All right, now I'm going to measure this, and we're looking at about 22 inches wide here. Now, I don't want to necessarily cut her bars down that narrow. What I want to do is find how wide can she go before she starts to lose that strength and stability, so she has some play with her hands in and out. So what I'm going to have you do is move your hands out just a little bit and do another push-up. Nice. How's that feel?
Good.
Good. Okay, so I want you to move out just a little bit more. Okay, try again. And you can see how, she's starting to lose that stability. She gets down to the bottom and you can physically see her lose stability, lose strength as her shoulders start to round up. She's not able to keep it secure with her upper back. So move your hands back in to where we kind of found. There you go, now do another one. Excellent. Okay, so what I'm going to do is measure how wide her hands are at this point. And we're looking at about 25 and a half, 26 inches wide. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut her handlebars down to that width. And we're going to come back and take a look at how this affects her ability, again, to move on the bike and be able to move through a full range of motion and be strong and stable while doing it. So we'll see when I'm done cutting the handlebars down. Hey everyone, we're back after cutting down Kiele's handlebars. We decided to go with 27 inches, start there, because remember, you can always cut them down shorter, but you can't cut them twice and them still be too long. So anyways, bad joke there. So let's check out your how things are looking, your range of motion. So nice. Again, just go through the full range of motion a couple times. Again, you can see her chin's getting way lower. Her range of motion's increased. We'll go ahead and put the tape measure on. Just gonna see what it's looking like now. And so yeah, she's getting all the way down to like 21, almost 22 inches. So she gained an effective 4 to 5 inches range of motion in her cockpit, which is extremely important for being able to absorb impacts, being able to get low depending upon the terrain and the angle of the bike and how you need to. So making sure that your hands are in a position to allow for a full range of motion where you're maintaining your strength and stability in your upper back is really important, because again, it also keeps stress off of your neck. So you can see if your handlebars are too wide, it really starts to compromise that. So one last thing, I know that some people will argue that, well, having wider handlebars makes it easier to deal with lateral forces from side to side, but when you're on your bike and you're moving forward, even though some of those forces may have some lateral force to it, it's majority front and back. That's the majority of the forces that you're dealing with. And so trying to set yourself up to deal with lateral forces and compromising your ability to deal with forces front and back. It also changes your ability to push and pull into the handlebars for cornering, because it'll change the angle of your forearms. If your forearms are hands are out too wide, it changes that angle and makes it a less efficient line of pull or push, as the case may be. So anyways, a lot of good things that happen, but check your handlebar width, and if you can't do a good push-up, you can also check this from doing a high plank. So just getting in like the top of your push-up position, and again, see where you feel strongest and most stable. Like check where your current handlebars are, then kind of check and see if you feel a little more strong and stable, bringing them in, and then work your way out to where you start to feel like you're losing that stability. And so that's kind of a good way to check as well if you're not able to do a full push-up. But that's also an indicator you need to get in the gym and start working on your push-ups too. So anyways, any comments from you? No?
Thank you.
All right, yeah.
Better.
Yeah, exactly. Looks better too. So anyways, once again, it's been James Willis with MTB Strength Training Systems. You can check me out at bikejames.com. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little case study here, and I'll talk to you guys next time.